Na, wissen Sie, ich wollte... Barbarossa 26 neben München.
Ja, das ist da drüben, ja.
Nein, da hier. Wie kann es...
Ja, ja. Ja, ja. Dankeschön.
Remember me?
Sergeant McCullough. So you did get to Berlin?
Yeah, I did. Guten Tag.
Tag.
They gave me 24 hours. I've used up 5 of them already.
Oh. Seeing me like this surprises you, I suppose.
Yes, it does. I guess I didn't picture you at such hard work.
Not always. I used to be a secretary for the head of a big laundry here in Berlin, but came the blockade and...
Frau Burkhardt! Hier haben wir keine Zeit mehr für Gespräche.
Yeah, it's right.
You want me to go?
Oh, that's all right. You know, came the blockade. No lights, no laundry, no position, and nobody else needed a secretary. And in Berlin, when you are between 18 and 55, you must work.
Couldn't they find something easier for you than this?
Well, maybe they could, but they didn't. It's hard, but we get the highest ration card, and that's very important here.
Say, I hope after all this you're free for dinner tonight.
Thank you, yes.
Frau Burkhardt, helfen Sie mal hier.
Ja, ich komme ja schon.
Hey, how late do you work?
Oh, I'll be about 20 minutes.
All right.
But I've got to do some shopping on my way home.
That's okay, I'll wait.
Yeah? Good.
Strange. When you look in the stores, it seems like so little. Before you fly that stuff in, it seems like an awful lot.
It is. But almost 70% of what you bring is coal.
Yeah, I guess when you divide up what's left among 2.5 million people, it's not so much.
It's more than we expected. When the Russians blockaded Berlin, we all thought you would leave. There was an old saying, when the bear growls, the eagle will fly. And it happened. But you didn't fly out, you flew in. And we are grateful, very grateful.
You know what? You've got a British accent. Where did you get it?
My teacher in school studied in England.
Oh. Well, on you, it sounds good.
Thank you. Over there.
Bitte, bitte. Nehmen Sie.
Oh, danke, danke, danke,
Bitte.
danke.
Haben Sie Licht?
Licht?
Haben Sie,
Ja, habe ich,
Jetzt
habe
gut.
ich. Aber ich rauche erst nach der Mittagspause.
Wie?
Ja, nach Essen.
Ach, well, have one for yes.
Oh, danke, danke.
Bitteschön.
Danke, danke. Ja. Haben Sie vielleicht für meinen Kumpel...
Ja, das habe ich auch.
Ach, wunderbar.
Wenn Sie denn nicht aufgehört? And while you take a bath, I'll bring your uniform to the Schneider, and he'll clean it and press it.
All this paste for only 2 cigarettes. Oh, I got it on the bread, too.
Well, with our bread nowadays, it might even taste better like that.
Don't make me laugh.
I'll go down and get your uniform now. Here's Herr Stieber's bathrobe to put on.
Thank you, ma'am.
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Hello. Hello. Sorry to bother you.
Was a dining room here. Steven.
My name's McCullough. I wanted to thank you for the robe. And if Burkhardt tells me that you heated the water for my bath, I sure thank you. Excuse me.
53, die Zeit.
What are you doing?
I'm a Russian spy.
You're what?
I'm a Russian spy. I count the planes that come to Tempelhof, huh? Number of planes, time it comes, type of plane. Each 3 hours I talk to Russians.
Each 3 hours you talk to Russians?
Yeah.
Aren't you afraid I'll report you?
Americans know I do this. One time, they fixed telephone for me.
You're the only one who does this?
Oh, no. Russians have, like me, at Tegel Airfield and at Gato, too.
But the official figures on airlift are printed in the paper every day. The Russians must see it.
Russians don't believe that.
Why? The figures are correct. The Air Force wants people to know.
You believe this. I believe this, but Russians don't believe it. Russians believe nothing they see, only what other Russians say. You know, here in Berlin on the streets, we have, my English, that's, no, Wegweiser, you know. To this place, to that place.
Signpost.
Yeah, signpost, eh? This way to Andrews Barracks, that way to Amgers. Russians don't believe it. They say no one could be such a dummkopf to show the way to General Clay's office.
Tell me something.
Yeah.
You count the planes.
Yeah.
The other spies do the same thing.
Yeah.
Then your figures must agree with the figures in the paper.
No.
Why not?
Russians don't believe papers. And so I say sometimes less that Russians believe. Made them very happy. Here in this house on third, what's that, Stockwerk, you know. And,
Floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On third floor, there's living a man, Herr Malcher, and he spies on me. But Russians don't know that Malcher is the husband of my sister. And so Malcher says to Russians, Stieber's a very honest spy.
Who spies on Malcher? His uncle?
No, his nephew. Russians have 15,000 Germans as spies. They give us payoks, you know, that are parcels with fat, meat, sugar, sometimes clothes and cigarettes, and Russian cigarettes. Bad. I would like to work for Americans.
Do they have many spies?
No, not so many. Only 10,000.
10,000? That means 25,000 spies spying on each other. Things must get a little gemished.
Oh, yeah, a little sehr gemished. Yeah. But there's also maybe 500 who are spying for both sides. You must laugh. That's necessary. It's a very good thing for, no work.
Unemployment?
Yeah, that's a very good thing for unemployment. Oh, excuse me. American Airlines commercial.
Vielen Dank. Der Schneider ist nicht hier, er ist weggegangen.
Wo ist er denn hingegangen? Ich habe eine Uniform hier, die dringend gebraucht wird.
Seine Frau hat ihn angerufen. Ihr Sohn wurde von russischer Polizei verhaftet. Er ist gleich nach Hause gegangen.
Können Sie mir sagen, wo er wohnt? Ich muss unbedingt die Uniform haben.
In Charlottenburg, Ulmstraße 22.
Hat er Telefon?
Nee.
Ulmenstraße 22? Danke.
Of all the Schneiders in Berlin, the Russians have got to pinch the son of the one that's got my pants. Well, I can always sit by a window and watch lift planes land at Tempelhof. What do they want him for, anyway?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, the Russians, who knows? Maybe he says something they didn't like. Maybe he is something they need in Russia, electric lightsman, or he can fix engines. Walks into Russian sector and, auf Wiedersehen.
Say, maybe you could go to the tailor's house and bring him back here.
Yes, but for me, he might not come if you went an American soldier.
What am I going to wear? Oh, no, sir. If I'm seen out of uniform, I've had it. They give me 10 days, goodbye stripes. Worse than that, they'll take away my PX card.
Ja, wieder.
Fine.
Look, needles. We haven't seen those for years.
I forgot my cigarettes.
Oh, we can get some down there.
I've only got script.
Oh, you can pay me later. Haben Sie Zigaretten?
5 Stück, 2 Mark.
He's got everything but bananas.
You want banana? 1 Mark.
Nein, danke. How can you go out with me? Look at us.
I'd look like that, too, if it weren't for some friends in St. Louis. They send me these clothes. We're coming into the Russian sector.
Russian sector? I thought everybody stayed out of the Russian sector.
Just the military. The Germans go back and forth all day long. We just go through part of it here and then into the British sector.
Здесь кофе пахнет. Ich rieche einen Kaffee. Welcher haben Kaffee? Aber es muss jemand haben Kaffee. Ich gehe jetzt durch den Wagen. Wenn ich komme zurück, will ich sehen Kaffee, sonst werden alle durchsucht.
What's the matter with him?
He says somebody's got coffee and unless it's turned over, he'll search us. Haben Sie Kaffee bei sich?
Wochenlang habe ich ihn nach und nach zusammengespart, ihn Kohlen einzutauschen.
She's been saving the coffee to trade it for coal.
Stecken Sie doch unterm Hut. Unterm Hut sehen Sie nicht nach.
Gut, danke.
Also, wo ist jetzt Kaffee?
Steckt unter dem Hut da.
Sie können mir ihn doch nicht wegnehmen.
Ruhig, du kannst sein froh, dass ich dich nicht mitnehme.
Kinder! Er hat jetzt 1 Pfund Kaffee. Wenn er uns untersucht, dann hat er 13 Pfund, denn ich habe 12. Nicht? So, jetzt kriegt Tante Wutschen 2, bitte. Macht immer noch ein Geschäft von 1 Pfund.
Oh, there it is, 22.
Great, we got the wrong address.
They probably live in the basement.
Und nun weiß ich nicht, wann wieder nach Hause kommen wird.
She says her husband went to the Russian sector to see whether he could find any trace of their son. And she doesn't know when he'll be back, and he's got the key for the store with him.
Well, I guess there's nothing we can do. Tell her we'll be back later.
Sagen Sie Ihrem Mann, dass wir später wiederkommen, ja?
Ja.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiederschauen.
What are we going to do? We're supposed to meet my friend in half an hour.
We could go and have dinner and come back here afterwards.
Go like this?
Oh, they won't bother you.
Okay. How about that? Now the sun is shining. What's the address? Savern.
I know where that is. Not far from here. We can take the trolley for a way, and then it's only a short walk.
Walk. Wait a second. Get the Savern in your shoe. It's better. Wait. Okay?
This is terrible. Yes?
No. Before things were like this in Germany, how long would it have taken till I could put my arm around you?
Oh, that would have depended on 2 things. Which part of Germany and which part of me. Like this, so close, oh, months and months.
This blockade has its advantages.
And this was just filled with trees. Oh, it was such a beautiful park. And on Sundays, families used to walk along here and look at the statues.
Who are all these characters? Frederick the Great,
These are all the military heroes. It's called Siegesallee, Victory Avenue.
They don't look so Sieges anymore, do they? Pretty good tennis sacks.
What is it you say? They are hot?
Yeah, smooth, in the groove, hot. Now, how do you work this Duzi business?
Well, in German, the word for you is Sie.
No, but when you get to know somebody real well.
We use the familiar, du. It's like thee and thou, the same as on the streetcar. Usually this would take a long time.
But when you've only got 24 hours and you've used up 8 of them already.
For such emergencies, we have the Duzis. We link our arms and drink. And then we...
Is there any custom for doing this a second time so we can get more familiar?
I never heard of any.
Well, let's start one. Guten Tag, Herr Kowalski.
Well, if it isn't Fritz. You sure went native in a hurry.
I left my uniform with the tailor. Now I can't find the tailor.
You're the nicest looking piece of MP bait I've seen in a long time.
Rodriguez, this is Sergeant Kowalski from Burkhardt.
How do you do?
Hiya.
Oh, where's your,
Gertie, she stopped to say hello to something. Here she comes now. There's a real mess for you, huh? But she irons a good shirt, so what she looks like is sit down, don't spoil it. This is Gertie.
Gerda.
Gertie's good enough. Sit down.
Frederica?
Good enough.
Angenehm.
Danny.
Hi.
Sit down. You people shake hands more and mean it without.
I believe this man over there is trying to attract your attention.
Guten Abend.
Guten Abend.
You speak English very well. Where did you learn?
Night school. She also speaks a little Russian and French. I noticed him when I came in. He looks familiar. What's his name?
Günther Lütke.
No, that doesn't ring a bell. Maybe he works around Tempelhof. Danny tells me your husband was killed in Russia.
Yes?
What was he, SS?
Do you want to dance?
No, and I don't mind answering. My husband was not in the SS. He was drafted.
Someday I'd like to meet just one German who enlisted.
Tell me, Sergeant, in America you have no conscription? Nobody was ever drafted? I heard 11 million.
And I read in the paper...
Who asked your opinion?
And now I suppose you want to know about my father and my mother. My mother was killed in an air raid, and my father went much earlier. He was a professor at the Berlin University. And when they burned the books, he spoke out against them violently. They burned his books, and I haven't seen him since. Now, is my record satisfactory, Sergeant?
Mind if she sits with us?
Look, I just asked a couple simple...
Insulting questions.
And I got a couple of insulting answers, so we're even. I'm sorry, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Your father must have been a very brave man to say those things at that time.
Not brave. He just believed very strongly.
My father believed, too. But the wrong things.
Your father was a louse. That's the big reason you people got sucked in by Hitler, this father business. I swear I know that guy from somewhere. From the time German kids are so high, Papa is the boss. He tells you what to say, when to shut up, what to do, what to think. Papa can be the biggest jerk in the world, but what Papa says goes. Then along comes another jerk like Hitler, and he becomes the Papa for all the Papas.
Yes, I've read about that father complex many a time. I doubt whether it's true, but if it is, you are certainly doing nothing to cure it.
What do you mean?
You stupid lug. You're treating Gerda exactly the same way. You tell her what to say, what to think.
You know something? You're right. When I'm wrong, I admit it. You're absolutely right. From now on, you can disagree with me.
Out loud?
Sure.
And you'll answer questions?
Of course.
Good. You know, I'm so mixed up. We found out in Germany what was wrong. But to find out what is right is not so easy. I read the Russian-German papers, the American-German papers, the German-German papers. Oh. I want to find out so much about America.
Shoot, ask me.
What is democracy?
Well, ahead, Kowalski. Tell her.
It's such a stupid question. What is democracy? Democracy is democracy.
Yeah? What is it?
And what is that?
Everybody at your table, please.
That is the police coming to check up. Let me be the first to call you Private McCullough.
If you haven't got any papers, you must get out of here.
I can afford to walk the chat and out choo-choo. I've got my fare, and just a trifle spare. Julie's the fancy big station post, cause it's so far. Read to make a scene, then you're in Baltimore. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ammunition Carolina. When you hear the whistle blow and take to the bar, then you know that Tennessee is not very far.
Relax and never take a voice like that.
Oh, Chattanooga, there you are. Seien Sie mein Herr, wer dieser Zuckerkitchen Bruder, er schafft's vielleicht, wenn's mit der Kohle noch reicht. Ist dir noch Platz in diesem Zuckerkitchen Bruder? Das ist nicht schwer, wenn ich mich sehen kann, wie quer. Ja, schütt ist doch reisen heute gar kein Problem. Auf dem Pumper oder Tritt steht man mit schwimmen. Und ich drück kein Fuß mit, fährst du auf den Dach mit. Obendrein bekommst du dort noch frische Luft mit.
You see?
Yeah, but what is it?
Oh, look, I've been trying to tell you. Democracy isn't a hunk of bread, something you can point to like that. It's a lot of things, and most of them are up here.
Yeah?
It's kind of a feeling.
Yeah?
The way you look at things.
Yeah?
You understand?
No.
Oh, you're stupid. You're just plain stupid.
But I'm also German.
It's the same thing.
And if you can't tell me what it is, how do I know if I like it?
Take my word for it.
I took my father's word for it. You said that was wrong.
Oh, I was right. Don't take my word for it. Look, I'll explain it to you. But will you listen? Will you please use your head?
Was daraus wird, was sich ergeht, wer kann es wissen? Ich bin verwirrt, ich bin verloren, ich möchte dich küssen.
What's the name of that?
Vielleicht, perhaps, maybe.
Maybe.
America is run by the people.
Yeah?
It's a people's government.
Yeah, now we're getting someplace.
Then it's like Russia. That's a people's government, too.
Now we're not getting someplace.
But, Hank, you just told me that...
All right. Let's say Russia is a people's government.
Yeah.
But it's a kind of people's government where the leaders decide what's best for the people. With us, the people decide what's best for the people.
Oh, no, but this Russian soldier I knew, he told me that's not true. He said in America, a few wealthy men who own many newspapers decide everything. They tell the people what to say and what to think.
Wait a minute, Toots. Now, we had an election some time ago. 90% of the newspapers were against Truman, and the bookies were laying 50 to 1 he'd wind up back behind the shirt counter. So who's president? Truman. Nobody wanted him but the people. Now, you ask your Rusky boyfriend when was the last time he was at the polls and saw anybody's name but Stalin.
Oh.
Ooh.
But Hank, what's the matter?
Nothing. I just remember where I met that guy.
But Hank, what...
I'll be right back. Felix.
Sie verwechseln mich mit irgendjemand. Mein Name ist Günter Lüttke. Hier sind meine Papiere.
You know, I kept looking at you in that restaurant. I knew I'd seen you somewhere. When you got up and limped, it all came back to me. You're the spitting image of a guy I knew over here during the war when I was in a prison camp. His name was Felix.
Sie irren sich. Ich heiße Günter Lüttke.
Take it easy. I just said you looked like him. Let me tell you about this guy. He had a bad knee just like yours. He couldn't get in the regular army, so they made him a prison guard. He hated it. He wanted action.
Ich verstehe nicht Englisch.
Your eyes seem to understand English. That's enough. So this Felix started a private little war all his own. He hated the Americans. He hated the Poles, and I was both, so he picked on me. When we went out on work parties, he'd take me off in the woods and make me speak German. Not simple, easy things like Guten Tag and Auf Wiedersehen, but nice little tongue twisters like der Potsdamer Postkutcher, Potsdamer Postkutschkasten. That's tough enough for a German, but for an American, well, I made mistakes. And when I did, he'd correct me with the butt end of his rifle, right here in the kidneys. They used to swell up like a hunk of dough with too much yeast in it. I got about 3 lessons a week. Took me about 7 months, but I learned German. Of course, I've forgotten some of it, but if the weather changes suddenly or I bend too quick, you'd be surprised how quick it comes back to me. It's a tough way to learn a language, but there was nothing I could do about it. I was a prisoner. I couldn't take a swing at him. Come to think of it, you're sort of in the same spot now. You're a German civilian. If you got in beef with a soldier, you couldn't lift a finger, could you? Trying to get to the Russian sector so I couldn't follow you. You know, Felix, I could squeeze until you were as cold and white as a statue, but it would be too easy. I'm going to give you an English lesson, Felix. I won't need a gun butt. Now, the Germans have a hard time with their W's, don't they? Well, I'm going to give you something easy to start with, not too tough. Just say it after me. Which way went the winged whippoorwill? Now, mind, I don't want to hear any V's in there. I'll have to correct you. Now, try it. Which way went the winged whippoorwill?
Which way?
No! Oh, no, Felix. Which way? Try it again.
Which way?
No! I told you once more, Felix. Which way?
Which way?
No!
Hilfe! 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 Hilfe!
Holt die Polizei! Da hinten wird ein Mann ermordet! Wo denn? Ein Soldat will ihn töten!
Jetzt sagen Sie doch schon wo!
Da hinten, in der Siegesallee!
Are you crazy? You'll kill him. Hey! Let's get him! The MPs are coming! Turn them loose! There you go, one of them! That is. Hold!
Daddy! Hurry this way, quickly!
Hold! Get in the jeep. They're making for the gate. There they are.
They stopped. What are they stopping for?
Oh, they wouldn't come in here. This is the Russian sector.
Oh, great.
Oh, no, there's nothing to worry about. We just go down...
You mean going into? No, let's just wait here and then we'll walk back.
Into that jeep again? No, the best way is just a few blocks from here where the 3 sectors come together. We can cross over there.
Well, what about Hank?
Oh, he'll be all right. It will be his word against Günther's, and they'll decide the Germans started it. And Gerda will be there. She'll lie if necessary. Cigarettes and soap are not easy to get.
Oh, why didn't I bring my identity card? No identity. Do I look Russian to you? Still following us?
No?
We lost him.
This way. No, this way. They want to take us and we're on the British sector.
She's quite right, you know. They're on outside. Where do you live?
Templehof, American sector.
You?
He's my husband. He was shot in the throat during the war. He can't speak.
What's the matter? These Ruskies giving you trouble?
Oh, same old thing, mate. Border quarrel.
Looks to me like they're way over on your side. Used to be a line here someplace.
No, can't make anything of it, though. It's been trodden out.
Let's get this business settled once and for all. Let's call the major.
Yeah, and I'll ring the duty officer. Mind now, don't let them get these people away from you.
You mean they haven't been back here at all?
No, and they haven't called on the telephone, too.
Oh, it's all right. We're friends, Liz. Where's our room? We'll wait.
Right here. Oh.
Trunk fell on my hand. Will you heat me some water so I can soak it?
Oh, yeah.
Turn on the lamp, will you? Don't suppose anybody around here's got a drink. Here. Go make some coffee.
Yes. Oh, but I don't know these people to use up their gas.
Give them some cigarettes.
You don't feel better?
No.
Your hand hurts more?
It's not my hand. For 7 years, I've been waiting for the satisfaction of beating that face in. So now I've done it, so why do I feel this way? So dirty.
It's better than feeling good.
Go make the coffee, will you?
The boundary is 14 meters from that curbstone.
Что он сказал?
Он говорит такой вещи.
What do they say?
От этого угла понятно.
Да.
В том месте.
И 14 метров от того угла.
Да, скажите им, передайте, переведите.
Передам. Well, the colonel states that the boundary is not 14 meters from this cornerstone, but from that one.
Let's measure from over there.
Fair enough.
What are we waiting for?
Here's some fresh coffee. May I ask the Umrats to have some?
Sure, why not?
Well, Felix knew if he said anything, I'd mention his phony papers, and
I'm sorry.
when they asked who started it, we both said you did.
That was nice.
I figured you'd get away.
Yeah, sure.
What about the tailor?
Can't work at night, no lights. I'm gonna pick it up first thing in the morning.
You can't stay at the base looking like that.
I could go to my sister's. You could have mine.
No, thanks. It's been arranged. I'm gonna stay here. Frederica's gonna stay with the lady across the hall. Herr Stieber, Flugzeug kommen! Missed it.
So I missed it. That one was only American propaganda.
Fauteuils haben kein Sand und das Klavier kein Pedal. Und Krachel, so heißt dort der Sekt. Im Grand Hotel ist es mondäner. Doch dort ist es tausendmal schöner. In einem kleinen Café in Hernals spielt's Grammophon mit leisem Ton in Englisch Walz. Dort genügen 2 Mokalein, ein paar Stunden so glücklich zu sein. In einem kleinen Café in Hernals klopft manches Herz hinauf bis zum Hals. Und geben zwar Verliebte sich dort's Rendezvous, drückt der Herr Ober ganz diskret ein Auge zu.
Don't you think you ought to get over to the hospital and have somebody look at that hand right away?
That's all right. Steve here tells me he was an actor in the States for 5 years.
That's so.
Yeah, I'm the student prince. I traveled all over America. Big cities, little cities.
Oh, but you must tell me about that.
11:30. I didn't know it was that late.
So I won't get so much sleep. I don't mind. She wants to learn. That's good.
Tell me, what did you like best about America?
The way the Americans don't like it.
What?
I mean what they used to say against the government. Oh, on the radio, in hotels, trains, barbershops. Oh. Guten Abend, Frau Kirchner.
Hi, Dr. Stieber. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Guten Abend.
Wollen Sie sich nicht ein bisschen setzen?
Oh, lassen Sie mal, ich bin zu müde. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Oh, I get it. Come on, knucklehead.
Good night.
Good night.
Take some advice from a guy whose batting average is pretty good in this league. Don't wait for the floater to cross the plate. Swing it.
What was that you said?
I was just telling him how to get to first base.
First base, what's that?
Well, it's a... Look, it's tough enough explaining democracy to you, Krauts. Let's not start on baseball.
I'm sorry, Danny.
That's all right. It's all right. I was only half asleep. Well, I don't know how you stand that noise. Every 3 minutes, I go nuts.
When you know it means cold and food, you don't mind. It's only the silence on foggy nights that keeps us awake.
The wind shifted. They take it off this way now. We're doing better than one every 3 minutes. What time is it?
A little after 3.
3? What are you ironing at this hour for?
Today we've got electricity from 3 to 5.
Well, that's a pleasant time. Who figured that one out?
All the big power plants are in the Russian sector. There's only one here, and that isn't big enough to supply all the districts in the western sectors at once. So they divide it up.
Is it my shirt? You shouldn't have done that.
I hope it's all right. It's so long since I ironed a shirt.
Fear and loneliness. You must have had more than your share of both of them.
When you look at me like that, I feel secure and no fear. I want to draw closer, not away. Danny, I think you love me just a little.
More than a little.
Well, just a little.